It's day 26 of the lockdown. It's Easter weekend. Hope everybody has a happy Easter. If the Easter Bunny shows up, tell that bunny he or she is not practicing proper social distancing. I do have some big news. For me, it's big news. It's funny when people be like, I got huge news. You're like, that's really not that big. It's like I saw Sidney Castillo, who's a hilarious comedian, did Instagram where it was Bobby Valentino saying he's about to challenge somebody. He goes, everybody been asking for it. And Sidney goes, no, nobody's been asking. Who's been asking about this challenge between Bobby Valentino and Pleasure P or Pretty P or, PP, some P's. So anyways, people have been asking, and I don't want to say everyone, but my core fans and people that listen to me have been asking, am I going to come back with the podcast, the Get Some podcast? And I'm happy to say that it comes back Monday. We recorded the first episode today and going to edit it down and make it look good. And Michael Ealy is my first guest, my co-star in Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man 2. And I think it came out pretty good. So Get Some podcast will be back Monday evening. It's going to drop. And Michael Ealy is my first guest. And the reason it took so long for the podcast to come back, and the reason I didn't address people when they kept asking me, because I'd see people mention it, when's the podcast coming back? Because I didn't have the information yet. I didn't know exactly when it was coming back and I talk about it briefly in my podcast that you'll see Monday, but it was such a weird sequence of events that it didn't come back. It was one, when I switched podcast networks. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, I switched people that were doing my podcast. And as we were going to get started, Kobe Bryant passed away. So that kind of took the news away and everything else. So I was like, didn't want to do my podcast in the middle of that. And then I booked a movie called Dottie and Soul that was shooting in Oklahoma City. So I go, let's just relax and we'll start the podcast when I get back from the film. And then the coronavirus hit. So we couldn't do it. So anyways, they sent all the equipment to my house and the cameras and the lighting and everything. So I'm doing it all at the crib. And now we finally got got a release date and filmed the first episode, and it's going to be out Monday. But it just was a weird sequence of events where Kobe passes away and I book a film and I was like, let's just start it when I get back from filming, and then the coronavirus hit and everything else. So, but it's back and we're going to be doing it every week now. So that's something to look forward to if you like me and hear me talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But Ealy was a great guest. He was awesome. But anyways, so this is what we did. Me and my wife, we spaced out Ozark to 10 days. We watched one episode a night, and we just finished it a few days ago. And oh my God, thank you, Jason Bateman. Thank you, Netflix, for that show. Because I didn't think anything could top Breaking Bad. But this is a close second. It's that, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. And I don't want to give any of the story away because people are like, don't be talking about it. If you ain't seen Ozark, what are you waiting on? Started from season 1, episode 1, and it starts off with a bang right off the bat. And I thought season 1 was the best. Season 2 was good, but not as good as season 1. But this season 3, fire. Straight fire. So I got a funny Jason Bateman story. So probably 2002, I had a TV deal, and we were going to shoot a show. Let's just call it Gary. I don't know if that was the name of it, but it was my show. And anyways, we go to do a table read. Holly Robinson Pete was going to play my wife, and I think Essence Atkins was going to be like her sister, and it was a great cast. And Yvette Lee Bowser, who's the same lady that did Living Single, she was going to be the showrunner and wrote the show, and I was collaborating with her. So we go do this table read, and I had never did a table read before. And a table read is when all the actors and actresses of a film or a TV show, they get together and they sit around a table and they read the script. And everybody can kind of get a vibe of everybody, and your character kind of takes form at the table read. I had never done one, never been in one. I thought you had to memorize the whole script. I thought I don't know what I thought. It says table read, which means basically you're at a table and you're reading the script. I thought you had to memorize, like, this was a dress rehearsal for the show. I think I memorized the whole script, which is about 35 pages. So we sit down for the table read. We got everybody if the sitcom was going to go, that was going to be in the sitcom there. Yvette's there, the network's there, everybody's there. And I got to page 8, 9, and I started to like, oh shit, I don't know where I'm at. So now I'm grabbing the script and I'm trying to catch up because I'm basically forgetting my lines because I'm trying to remember everybody's thing because it was my show. I had never done a table read. I didn't know you could just open the script and read it. I'm really like acting out my scenes and my face and everything. Anyways, we got to page 9 or 10 and I was butchering it. I was just fucking everything up. And we get through 35 pages and I was probably about page 20 before I realized, I just sit here and read it. And I remember everybody clapped, great job, great job. And Yvette took me in her office and just had this defeated look on her face and was like, what happened? And I was like, I don't know. I thought I had to memorize the script. And she went, what? Why would you think it's called a table read? You're just reading. I was like, I just didn't know. And so anyways, she calls me later and said, basically the network was going to make a decision, but it didn't look good that I was on the show, but they kind of liked the show. So if they were going to do another table read for like a different network. So they took me off and Jason Bateman read as me. And I remember thinking, really what was going to happen was if this show, Gary, which it wasn't called Gary, I can't remember the name of it, but if Gary was the go, Jason Bateman was going to play Gary Owen. And I still would have got like, based on the comedy of, and I think I had an EP credit on it, but I would have, if that show would have went, chances are Jason Bateman would have been playing Gary Owen. He would have playing, but the sad part is he's playing Gary Owen as Gary Owen. It's not a character. He was really going to play me. And I remember at the time thinking, Jason Bateman, what's he done? And then obviously Arrested Development, and then he's amazing actor and everything else he does. But at the time I was like, Jason Bateman? But they could have said anybody would have been like, that guy? But it was funny. So I guess they did another table read and Jason Bateman read Gary Owen's part. And thank God Yvette got another show and she kind of let that one go. And then she went on to do other things. But I literally avoided for years. I avoided Holly Robinson Pete. I avoided Essence Atkins and anybody else that was at that table read. I avoided because I thought if they saw me, they was going to be like, that's that motherfucker right there. Oh, he's a terrible actor. Let me tell you the story about the table read. And so then I saw Holly Robinson Pete years later after I'd been in Think Like a Man and Ride Along and other movies and TV shows. And I told her like, yo, I kind of avoided you. She goes, I don't remember being that bad. I go, I do. Yvette Lee Bowser does. And then I recently saw Essence at Gabrielle Union's birthday party back in October, November. And I pulled her aside at the party. I said, I avoided you for years, right? I said, because of that table read. She said the same thing. She goes, I don't remember being that bad. I go, I do. I remember being really bad. So bad that they replaced me with Jason Bateman. So anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow on day 27. That's the end of day 26. All right, don't forget to Get Some Podcast is coming back this Monday. I'll see you guys tomorrow.